Hello, this is AstrologerCoach Sonja Francis, and today we're going to be talking about the upcoming new moon in 10 degrees of Aries on March 30th at 2:44 p.m. Eastern Daylight Savings Time, which is also the East Coast in the US, or 11:44 a.m. Pacific Daylight Savings Time, which is also the West Coast in the US. Now, a new moon is always a new beginning for a new lunar month, and it's a time when we set our intentions, we go within to tap into our intuition to see what is it that we need to create for this month. And with the new moon being in Aries, this is a very potent time of the year because Aries is all about new beginnings. So with this new moon, we can really tap into what is it that we want to create for our future? What do we want to create now for this month? And what are some of the things that need to change so we can make these new beginnings happen, right? So the Aries energy is very much about being courageous, being bold, stepping into the unknown, tapping into our passion, really taking initiative, being assertive in our lives, and really moving forward with something, you know? And with the intentions, this is really something we want to focus on this new moon. Now, we'll talk about the intentions in more detail at the end of this video to let you know when is the best time to set intentions, all right? Now, this new moon has Uranus connected to it because Uranus is in 12 degrees of Aries right now, and the new moon is in 10 degrees of Aries, so they're really very closely connected. And so each of us is really getting to look to see where is that unique spark in us that we need to share with the world, and what is it in us that needs to be discovered, or that needs to be expressed in the world, so that we can create change in our own lives and also on the collective level. Now, Uranus is also part of this T-square with Jupiter and Pluto that it's been part of since January, right? And I mentioned this in previous videos as well. Now, with the new moon being part of that as well this month, this makes it even more potent. And that means that we're really ready now for the next big step forward. We're really ready to move forward on our path. And change is definitely the name of the game this month. This month is so much about change. And so it's really important that we're embracing change, that we're really tapping into this courageous place inside of us and saying, this is the time, now is the energy that we have to make these changes in our lives. Now, with all the outer planets being involved in these T-squares, this is definitely a time where the evolutionary pace is really picking up. Things are speeding up. We're really feeling it. And because these outer planets are part of this T-square, and then there's also a grand cross that's going to be building towards the middle of the month, with Mars being part of it as well. This grand cross is really going to feel very strongly by April 13th until the end of the month. And it's also going to be part of the next lunar eclipse that's happening on April 15th. So all of this is really a message for tremendous change. It's really a very energizing time for us. And so we really need to kind of like step in, step up, step out, do all the things that we need to do to really feel connected to what we came here to do. Now, I will be talking a lot more about this, of course, in my next video when I talk about the lunar eclipse. But what I want to say now for this month is, for this video, Mars is the ruler of Aries with this new moon. And Mars right now is in Libra and it's retrograde. So we're really getting the message with Mars being in Libra that we need to tap into the energy of equality, peace, partnership. We need to find balance in life. Our inner balance, especially because Mars is retrograde right now. And then as Mars goes direct again on May 19th, we need to find also our balance in life with the outside. You know, how do we find inner balance and outer balance, right? And so the message with Mars being in Libra right now with this new moon is definitely, you know, be courageous, but also find ways to collaborate, find ways to create inner balance. Now, we definitely want to tap into the core of our being with this new moon, with Mars being retrograde. And we want to really get connected very closely to our inner vision for life, for the collective. We want to tap into our purpose. What are we here to do? How can we change the world, in a sense, right? And we really have the courage right now to do this. We have the energy right now to do this. So the time is really now. And the place is here. Wherever we are on planet Earth, this is where we need to start. And so it's really a time of, preparing for takeoff, because this is where the energy is pulling us forward. Now, this is particularly true if you have personal planets or personal points anywhere between 8 to 14 degrees of Aries, Libra, Cancer, or Capricorn in your chart, in your personal birth chart. Now, personal planets and points are the Sun, the Moon, Mercury, Venus, Mars, your rising sign, which is also the ascendant, your MC, which is the midheaven, the top of the chart, your career point, right? But also the planet that rules your chart. So if you have a planet that belongs to your rising sign, right? So if you are a Scorpio rising, then Pluto would be your ruling planet, right? So then you would need to look at Pluto as well, right? So if you have any questions about that, feel free to reach out to me via email. That's Sonja@AstrologerCoach.com. That's SONJA@AstrologerCoach.com, and I'd be happy to answer general questions like that. If you do have anything personal that you need answering in terms of your own life, then please feel free to book a reading with me. You can go online and check my service page at astrologercoach.com/services.html to see what's available. Okay. But let's talk also a little bit about intention setting, right? Because the intentions are very powerful for this new moon. And what we really want to do is we want to align the intentions with the new moon energy, with that Aries energy, and what it is that we want to create now and where we want to create change in our lives. And we want to set the intentions anytime after the new moon has become exact. So that means after 2:44 p.m. Eastern Daylight Savings Time or New York time, right? On March 30th, not before then. So if you live in a different time zone, feel free to look up on the internet the time zone converter and plug in the New York time that I just mentioned to 2:44 p.m. EDT, and then plug in your own place where you live, your own time zone, and then it will tell you exactly what time will be the perfect time for you to set these intentions, right? So 48 hours, within the first 48 hours of the new moon has become exact, right? That's the most potent time to set intentions. And you do want to avoid any moon void of course phases. So please feel free to look up when the moon void of course phases happen, either on my weekly blogs, which is on my website at astrologercoach.com/blog, or you can go to my Facebook fan page at astrologercoach.sonjafrancis, and I will always post, when the perfect times are for setting the intentions, and also when the moon void, of course, phases are. But I also will do something new this month. I have a Twitter account, which is Sonja Francis, twitter.com/Sonja Francis, and I will post when the perfect time is to set the intentions. I will post now, set your intentions at that time. And that way you don't even have to look anything up. You just go to my Twitter account and you just look to see when can I set my intentions, and then you do it, right? So that's what's available to you in terms of the intentions. And then also, remember the new moon, it's about courage. It's about being bold. It's about stepping forward. It's about leaving something behind that's no longer serving you. It's about making sure that we are not stuck in what's familiar, but that we're letting go of being in a rut and being in the things that keep us safe, but that don't actually help us expand and that help us make a difference in the world. And so setting your intentions around that is definitely very powerful. Now, the last thing I do want to say is I have mentioned several times in the last couple of months my retreat that is happening at the end of May on Memorial Day weekend in Sedona, Arizona, that I'm doing in collaboration with the wonderful rock whisperer Krista Mitchell, who is an incredible healer and a really wonderful intuitive. And this retreat is very special because it will be about the life of the soul, and we will explore our soul's journey, our soul potential, our soul purpose. We will be deepening the relationship that we have to those things, and it is definitely a wonderful time of the year to be in Sedona, and it is also really such a potent place. The energy in Sedona is so potent and big that it will really be the perfect place to tap into these things and to activate and to explore this subject. So I'm very excited about it. So if you wanna hear more about that, please feel free to go to my retreat page on my website. Or you can also join our Facebook fan page that I've created in honor of the retreat. It's called The Life of the Soul with Krista Mitchell and Sonja Francis. So you can join that page. And if you have any questions at all, in terms of what it is, how you can get there, or what it is that you need to know, or accommodations, anything at all, feel free to email me at sonja@astrologercoach.com. All right. So have a fantastic new moon. Set those intentions after the new moon has become exact within the first 48 hours. And stay tuned for what's coming up next, because we're moving towards the lunar eclipse in the middle of April, and this is going to be also a really potent, very strong time for change as well. So stay tuned for my next video. I will be back in a couple of weeks. This is Astrologer Coach Sonja Francis. Goodbye.